Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day and you're working in your journals and you're playing with your papers. So I thought today I would do a quick flip through of our little science journal that we have here. Now, close. This is what the little journal looks like. Now, I think I need to kind of adjust you here. There we go. Now she's getting a little chubby, isn't she? I think she kind of is. So, I don't know that I'm completely finished with her, but for now I am, because I may come up with some more things to do in her as summer gets here with eco dyeing or some things like that. But maybe some dyeing of paper. But for now, I'm going to call her finished. And I just kind of wanted to go over everything that I've done with her. Now, this way, she measures about 5.5. Come here, you. 5.5 by 7.5. So she measures 5.5 by 7.5. Now, that doesn't include the little flap here. Now the fabric is made with cardstock. It's made with the my heavy duty cardstock, and then it's covered with fabric that I made look like leather. I took the cardstock and I worked it until it bent and it got soft, and then I added some of the now you all have seen me use this many times. Where is it here? I've used some of the Sizzix gold luster wax on it. I've used that on it to give it a little bit of just highlights like old leather would have. I've added a little bit of the gold, and I've also added, just in spots, a little bit of the luster wax and the what color is this called? It is called ivory. So this is what the ivory looks like. Just to make it look like old leather. Now the fabric itself looks like this. It already has that look, but around the edges and kind of inside, I added a few highlights. And then I took the fabric, I took the banding, and I, here, you can see it here. I slid it through, so the band starts here. It's actually underneath, and it's sewed to the cardstock. It's sewed in right here, and then it comes through these slits, and it comes out right here. Right here. Right there's where it's sewed in the slits. Right in the seam of the binding, where it folds over. Right there. And then I just took my fingers and went like that. And then it goes under those two little slits right there. And then it wraps around the book. And then I just happen to have an old, just a little charm that looked like a lock. And I put that there. That was probably the hardest part, because I had to get that little charm around there. And then I added, for some texture on the front, this is just ribbon, lace, and the word journal from the paper pack that I was using. And then on the inside, I added the same fabric. I sewed around the edges. I sewed around the edges of the paper and the fabric, and you can hear the paper. It looks like this. And it is, I think it's 120 pounds. If you go back to the original video, I give you the specs on the paper and how I made it. And then I glued down the inside. And it's got two signatures. Oops. It's got two signatures and it is a no-sew video. And right there's the eyelets. They go through little pieces of cardstock right there, and then they go through this cardstock so that they don't split the fabric. And then this is elastic right here, right there. Okay. And then we did this together. There's a video there together. This is the napkin with the big circle, and that was the sticker. Or no, that was part of the napkin that we did. We experimented with to see if, you know, it would show on either side. And oh, looks like that napkin got caught up there. We're going to need to figure out how to glue that side down. And then that's just a little, that's a piece of the paper that I had. And this is from a book. This is just from an old book. But it's glued down to this page so that I can pull it out. We did that together. This is just a pocket here. It's a pocket there, and that's a side tuck that I can put that there. Now, this was an envelope that we did the wax relief on, and I decorated that. And this is the other side. This is the paper, and then this side's decorated. I actually don't have it in right. It's supposed to go around several pages. This is the other side of the wax relief. This was the, if you'll remember, this was where we played with the color on color, or the sheer color that we did. Let me show you the embossing, where I used the clear embossing, and then I embossed it on black paper. And then this was the embossing that I did with multiple layers. Now, I may do that again to show you guys how I did it, because I didn't get an opportunity to show you how I did it. And that's just a little tag I made. This was the fabric that we used, that we made in the journal, and you'll see other things like it. This was the circle that was cut out of this here. That was the actual circle that was cut out. And this was fabric that actually had a rub-on, 2 layers of rub-ons that I made a tag with. This is a piece of the cardstock, and made a flip with it. This was the fabric that was chosen to go on this side of the envelope, and that's the tag that goes in the envelope, or journaling card. It's a journaling card. This is another piece of fabric that we worked with, and we just made a tuck with it. It's just a side tuck. This is another piece of paper from an old book. It's on, shoot, who is that book? You all know who it is. I can't remember. This was the experiment we did with the, words are hard today, you guys. Words are hard. I'm looking at sunshine. Words are hard. Watercolors, metallic watercolors. And we experimented with them on plain paper versus the black paper. And the black paper, they really popped. On the regular paper, you really can't see the colors. And we compared them to see the difference. And I was really surprised at the difference in them. And this was what I considered my failure, where I used my, my matte medium. I'm going to have to put something on there, I do believe. I used my matte medium on this page. And then we used, let's see, what else did we use on this page? Gracious. We used matte medium to cover the page. We covered the whole page. We let the page dry. And then after we let the page dry, we used over here these little butterflies. They are covered, they are made with texture paste. And then down here, these are just stamps. And then the whole thing is, we used those watercolors with to, there, that'll keep me from catching my finger on it. Then we used watercolors on the texture paste and on the stamps. I do not like watercolor on texture paste. I don't like the look of it. It looks like it just kind of disappears into the texture paste. Like, you know, the texture paste maybe absorbs it. And I don't like that look. I also don't like the look of it when you stamp on this down here, it just disappears. The colors don't stay bright. Now this was the metallic paint that we put down here, and it stayed nice and bright. But when we used the metallic paint on the stamps, it just disappeared, and I did not like that at all. So I did not like that page. So I might do this same treatment over here, but without the metallic paint. I might use something else on it and see if I like it better. This is the other circle, the other side of that circle that was punched with the, or I drew it and then cut it out with the napkin on it. And I just made it a tuck. Now, this is another piece of fabric, and it's just got a, it's got a brad on it, and it came through the page. And I used one of those little circles that I just punched with my little punch. And then this is a rub-on. And this is the picture from the book. And I cannot think of his name. And I know you guys are sitting out there hollering at me, telling me his name. And then this is just a pull-out. And it wraps around this page. This side's a tuck. This side pulls out. Like that. And then over here, this is an index card that was coffee dyed, and then I decorated it, and it flips out this way. And then in here, this is a pocket. And then this flips this way. This is the other side of that envelope that we decorated. Here's the other card that we decorated. And I decided that that little piece of ephemera that we put on there, it needed something else. So I just tore out a little piece out of a book. It's just an old math book, and put on there, you know, to look like an equation had been written on it. Because being blank, I just did not like that. And then on the back, this is the other piece of, this is just pieces of sari silk that we put on the envelope for our fabric. And then back here, these are just blank pages. And then this is a pocket. This is what I call a traveling pocket. And this can go over a page, or you can open it. And this is made out of 2 index cards. And to make this is in the playlist. It's called a, I'll think of the name of it. Told you, words are hard. It's File Folder Thingy is the name of it. It's one of my videos that has the highest, and I just shared it again recently. It's one of my videos that has the highest amount of views, but it's made with 2 as you can see, with two large, oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta stop looking out the window. It's made with two large index cards, and the outsides are decorated with book page, and then I just used washi tape to connect them. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. And then inside here, there's just a little bitty pocket. Right here, this is just a little bitty pocket. This is just a little tiny one. And this right here is a bigger one. So I could tear off a little piece of this if I wanted. Like this. I can't believe my brain right now. Oh my gosh. I can round these little corners like this. Oh, I didn't get that in there, did I? And just stick that in that little tiny pocket like that. And then on the outside here, there is no pocket. And then, like I said, here, you can slip something under here, like as a belly band, or you can glue this down and have it as another pocket here on the outside. And then this, you can either paper clip to a page, or you can just stick it in your book. I usually just stick these in my book and attach them to a page. This one just floats in the book. So that is our Inspired Scientist book. And like I said, I'm already thinking of other ideas to try on that page with the watercolor and the texture paste. I think I'm going to try it again. And when I do, I'll show you. Because I'm wondering if I do the texture paste with something else, if it would work instead of using watercolor. Because I did not like the watercolor on it. But thank you for joining me for this little flip through today. And I hope you enjoyed it, because I really have enjoyed working on this. It has been so much fun. And I'm glad that you've enjoyed playing with me in this little journal. It has been a long, long time in the making. I've had this paper for years, and I hope you had fun, and I hope you do some experiments on your own. And I'm missing a tag that we created to go in here, and I can't figure out what we did with it. But I'm sure I'll find it and get it in here. The one with the wax resist that we did. Oh, wait, was it in there? Oh, it was in there. Never mind. Never mind. So, I hope you guys have a super duper day. And thank you for joining me again. Oh my gosh, I think I need a drink of water. And until I see you again in my next video, ta-ta for now.